Hi, it's Abby and thank you for joining me for this flow. It's going to be a balancing flow inspired by the recent full moon at the end of last month, which had its peak fullness during the relationship-driven sign of Libra. So we're moving into Aries season, but the full moon was during the relationship-driven time of Libra, which is symbolic of balancing, kind of stabilizing, looking for harmony as well as justice. So sort of focusing on some balancing today, we're literally going to be finding our balance on one leg. So if this is something you enjoy, great. And if you're not so keen on your balancing, I'm just going to be guiding you into it. Remember, you can always modify. So I'm going to suggest that you have your brick, if you have one to hand, or something symbolic of a brick. You may find you want to pop up onto a cushion to start in seated as well. Having a strap, or if you don't have a yoga strap, having a belt or a scarf is just as good. And then also, if you do today have a tennis ball or a myofacial ball, something to use to release tension in our feet, we'll be coming on to that. If you don't have a myofacial ball and you don't have a tennis ball, that's fine. If you have something like a block, great, we can modify and use that. Or we'll just do a little bit of self-massage. So we're going to begin in seated. Let's get straight into it. As always, please feel free to modify and adjust so that this practice suits you. You're here for yourself. You've come to this, you've dedicated this time to your practice. So please just enjoy. That is the only rule, really. The other one is just to keep yourself safe. So please be mindful of any conditions or injuries that you have. Keep your body safe during the movements, as well as being mindful of your surroundings if you're practicing amongst furniture. So come to find your comfortable seat. You can take Sukhasana, easy pose with the heels into the midline, or taking cross-legged if Sukhasana doesn't work for you today. Otherwise, you can take a kneeling posture. Please pop yourself up onto your brick or a cushion, whatever's comfortable. And just take a moment here if you need to, wiggle around, lengthen up through your spine, soften through your chest, your shoulders and your face, but keeping that length from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. When you're ready, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out. However you wish, so it can be out through the nose or the mouth. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just one more, perhaps for the first time today, just noticing how your breathing is. We often forget to breathe properly. We're going to take a balancing pranayama breathing exercise of Nadi Sadhana, or alternate nostril breathing. As always, with any breathing exercises, please feel free to go differently to my pace. But we're just going to take a moment, close the eyes again if you've opened them, and just breathe through both nostrils. Notice it may be very subtle. Perhaps one feels a little bit more open and free-flowing than the other. Perhaps it's difficult to notice if they feel blocked or different. Perhaps you need to blow your nose, so go ahead if you need to blow your nose, and then just come to stillness. Try to keep your eyes closed during this practice. Take your right hand, bring the index finger and the middle finger just to press the space between your eyebrows. We're going to use the thumb then to close off the right nostril and the fourth finger to close off the left nostril, just alternately as I guide you. But just keep your both nostrils clear at the moment. Just gently pressing between your two eyes, between your eyebrow center, your third eye, Ajna chakra. Try to keep your right shoulder relaxed and your right elbow dropping down. Taking a deep breath in and out. Through both nostrils, and then inhaling both nostrils. Close the right nostril with your thumb, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close left with your fourth finger, open the right nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Keep tall, lengthening up through your spine. Soften the right shoulder. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Please take 2 more rounds, ending up back on the left side to exhale through your left. There's no rush. Take your time, go at your own pace. And when you finish that second round by yourself, just rest your right hand back down onto your knee. Keep your eyes closed. Breathing naturally through both nostrils. Notice any changes from the start of your practice before your pranayama. And keeping the eyes closed, just bring your hands to heart center, humbling your head to your heart. Take a moment, if you're working with a personal intention or mantra at the moment, to have this as your focus and repeat this to yourself now. Or perhaps you would like to dedicate your practice to someone or something. So bringing something to mind naturally, a positive focus for your practice. Perhaps with our theme of balance this evening, it is simply, I am balanced. Whatever it is, allow it to emerge naturally and say it 3 times with feeling. And then releasing your hands down, blinking your eyes open, just coming forward off your block or your cushion if you're sat on one. Bring your hands onto your knees again, taking seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, draw the chest forward, lengthen up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and exhale, round the spine, roll onto the back of the sit bones, and bring the chin to chest. Inhale again, coming forward, lifting the heart, slightly lift the chin. And exhale to release, chin to chest, navel drawing in, rounding. One more round in your own time, there's no rush. And exhale to release. From here, just extending your legs out in front of you. Come find your Navasana boat pose. So lift up onto your tiptoes to begin with. Check in that you're using your core, so use your bandhas here, those internal engagements. Lift through your heart center, soften your collarbones and your shoulders. And when you feel ready lifting the toes, try to bring the shins parallel at least to the ground. If you want to, you can straighten the legs. And then just releasing the hands to the side. Keep the chest lifted. Soften your shoulders. Hold here, squeezing the legs together for another 3. Keep breathing strongly. 2. Finger wiggle is optional. Smile is optional. And 1. Deep breath in and out. From here, raise the arms if you can. If it feels like too much, you can bring your fingertips down behind you and just hold your Navasana. From here, then, if the arms are raised, rotate the chest as you bring the hands down to the left and just extend the right leg straight. Legs back together, arms overhead, lift the chest. Exhale, release arms to the right, left leg extend straight. Inhale back to center, move with control, squeeze the legs together, arms to the left, right leg extends. Keep moving side to side, over to the right, left leg extends. Just take one more, over to the left, right leg extends. Keep lifting the heart. Squeeze the legs together. Remember to breathe last time. Inhale, lift up, then hug the knees in. Let yourself roll onto your back. Just roll and release the lower back into the mat. And then reaching the legs nice and straight. Stretch long fingertips to toes. Take a deep breath in. And then extend the legs up to the sky. Just give the legs a little shake out. If you're practicing in the evening, perhaps just a little nice release for the feet and the legs if they're feeling a little bit tired. And from here, crossing the ankles as you roll up, coming to find your all fours. Feel free as you come to find your all fours to take a few cat-cows. Just remembering this strong shape, hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and just moving maybe through a few cat-cows or just freestyling a little bit more side to side. Remembering the sides of the body are right and left is really important for balancing out. Let's take a few breaths here, maybe pressing yourself back into your child's pose, maybe coming forward and extending the arms, coming to a puppy pose. So part of your yoga practice is choosing what feels right for you. Perhaps that's child's pose today, perhaps that's just getting a little bit more dynamic, moving through a little bit more. When you're ready, then finding your fingers spreading as wide as you can, tucking the toes and lifting up, finding your first downward facing dog. Just pedal out here if that feels good. Remember, you can micro bend the knees just before we're warming up through the backs of the legs. And then as quickly as you can, just trying to find stillness. So having a little wiggle and then just coming to feel this shape, however it is at the start of your practice. Checking in with your foundation, spread the fingers, press into the hands, lengthening through the spine. Beginning to work towards straightening the legs and the heels coming down, but remember we're not warmed up. From here, just baby steps forward, feet towards the hands. Hang for a couple of breaths in your ragdolls, the feet are hip distance apart. Head is dropping down so the neck is long. Take hold of opposite elbows and maybe swaying the hips side to side, just allowing your whole spine to lengthen forward and fold over your legs. From here, then soften the knees and just peel up through the center. Come to stand, lift the shoulders towards the ears, and exhale, drop them down. It's our little massage bit. So taking your myofacial ball or your tennis ball or your brick, you can do sort of the same sort of thing using the edge of the brick. I'm just going to basically demonstrate. If you don't have any of these things, feel free to come and take a seat and just give yourself a little massage with your thumbs. So we're just looking to release the tension in our fascia, so that's connective tissue that goes around and throughout all your muscles. So I'm going to demonstrate with my myofacial ball. Please be mindful if you have any acute injuries, for example, if you have plantar fasciitis, please avoid this. Otherwise, we're looking to just gently use a bit of pressure to press into this ball to release. So you may move around a little bit and not really feel too much. If you feel that there's any spots that feel a little bit kind of tight, just hover there. If you need to, you can place your hands on your hips. Maybe I'm helping myself with my balance there, I'm not sure. But go around the entire sole of the foot, even the heel. You might get your ball flying away from you. And just go nice and slowly. If you're not feeling very much, obviously just put a little bit more pressure into it and release. Just move slowly. Pause on those spots that feel a bit tight. If you're using your brick, you can do the same sort of thing. Just be careful not falling off. You can use the edge of the brick, maybe the corners, just to press into it, or actually just coming down to rest and use your hands for a little foot massage. So we're just going to do this for a few more breaths and then switch sides. And again, just go slowly. You may not feel very much is actually happening. A really good test, I should have said before we started the other side, is to just stand and just notice how your feet feel, especially if you've been on your feet all day or you wear any uncomfortable shoes, you might find this really helpful. And then once you've done one foot, then just come back and just see if there's any difference before you do the other foot. A bit late now if you've just moved on to the second, but there we go. So just having a little release I'm not doing a huge amount because I did a little bit earlier. I sometimes feel like I need this on the tops of my feet as well. But just pressing in and pausing to any tight spots. So actually being still for a few breaths. So feel free to spend a little bit longer on this pause and join back when you're ready. Then I'm going to move on. So when you're ready, then coming back to fine Tadasana at the top of your mat. So feet together, big toes touching, heels slightly apart, standing tall, lengthening up through your chest, palms slightly facing forward. Take a deep breath in and out, engaging your Ujjayi breath, that audible breath in and out through the nostrils. Take a deep breath in as you reach up. It's optional to arch back. And exhale, hinging at the hips, diving forward and down, hands into the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, plant the hands. Just step the right foot back here, a big step for a lunging position. So we're just releasing our feet a little bit more. So you're on your toes with that right foot and just pressing the heel back as you move backwards and forwards, rocking. Beginning to warm up through the back of that right leg as well. Step the left foot back to join the right plank pose. Your first plank pose, again, option maybe to take a little rock and actually see if you can lift up onto your tiptoes here, press them out away, round the upper back. So draw the navel in, tailbone lengthening to your heels, firing up through your strong center, your core. Breathing steadily. Next, exhale, lower the knees, lower the chin, lower the chest, elbows in. Inhale to cobra. And exhale to lower, tuck the toes, press back through extended child's pose, and then find your way to downward facing dog. Take a breath there. Next, inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Look forward, step the right foot through. From here, lower the left knee. Inhale, rising up to your low lunge. Exhale, if it feels good, lengthen that tailbone forward. Just check that right knee is over the ankle. Take whatever variations feels good for your shoulders, perhaps cactus arms, breathing in and breathing out. From here, hands frame that right foot. Take an inhale, lift up onto your fingertips, lift your chest, and exhale, gliding back, flex that right leg, straight leg if you can. Inhale here, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hinge, folding forward. Soften that right knee, tuck the back toes, lean the weight forward. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, feet together, fold over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up. The exhale's coming all the way back down, hands into the mat. Warming the body up. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Plant the hands, just step the left foot back here. Big step again. Nice, long, low lunge here. And again, just rocking, pressing that left heel away. Warming up through the back of the left leg. Nice little leggy stretch. Step the right foot back, find your plank pose. Again, holding here, you can move or be still. If you want to increase it, shift your weight forward so that your shoulders are over your wrists. Draw the navel in, round the upper back, press them out away. Holding for as long as you like or as long as you can. We're going to move on. So knees, chest, chin as before, or chaturanga with the knees lifted, elbows stay into the ribs. Inhale to your cobra, upward facing dog, and exhale, pressing straight back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Feeling the body warming up, shoulders opening up, shoulders strengthening. Next, inhale, put the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step the foot through. Lower the right knee, inhaling up to your low lunge. Again, option to sink that tailbone forward, but keep lifting through your heart center and lifting your navel up. So we're not curving too much in the lower back. Holding here with whatever arm expressions you wish. Maybe the arms are reaching up, looking up towards your thumbs. Perhaps cactus arms again, open through the shoulders and chest. Take a breath. As you exhale, hands come down. Inhale, lift the chest, lift onto your fingertips, and exhale, gliding back, straight left leg if you can. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, folding over that left leg. Take a breath there. And then softening the left knee, tuck the back toes, lean the weight forward, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, feet together, fold. Inhale, rising up. And just exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath, notice your heartbeat. Notice the quality of your breath. Soften your shoulders. Reconnect your breath and your intention. Next, inhale, reaching up, look up. Exhale to the fold, hands into the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, draw the navel in. Plant the hands, right foot, left foot, stepping or floating back if that's in your practice. Make your way through your vinyasa. Pressing back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Step the foot through between the hands. This time, hold here in your high crescent, hold root down before coming up to your high crescent lunge. There's a little hint there of where we were going to go. So we're holding here to find our balance this first round. Really check in with your foundation. So both feet are grounded. There's more weight or more area of your foot in the front foot, sorry. But just be mindful of both feet being nice and grounded. And then bring your awareness to your front foot because we're going to lean into that foot. So think about the toes spreading and rooting down through the base of your big toe, the base of your little toe, and the center of your heel. Super important to include the heel. From here, lean the weight into that right foot, hands to heart center. See if you can float that left ankle. So step it forward if you need to, or see if you can float and bring that ankle over the right knee. Top tip here is to keep that left foot nice and flexed, so that ankle is bent. We're just holding here, strengthening through that right leg and looking to open into the left hip. So think about the knee dropping down towards the mat. Breathing steadily, use your drishti, so your focus in front of you, something that won't move. Take a deep breath in and out. Take another inhale. Think about using your core, using your bandhas. As you exhale, begin to straighten that right leg. Take the right hand to the left knee. Send the left arm behind you. Maybe the gaze follows. And you can point that left toe as you twist through your waist. Come to revolve hand to foot or hand to knee for this first round. Take hold of the foot, the outer edge of the foot, if you feel really steady here already. So we're going to move through those two postures. It's going to be like our chair with our leg up posture to our hand to revolved knee. So when you're ready, come take a seat, hands to heart center, left ankle over the right knee. Lift up, hands to knee. Keep your balance, keep breathing. Again, coming to sit down and lifting up. We're just going to take that once more. Come to sit down. I know that right foot might be cramping a little bit, and then lift up. And then come to send that left leg to the back of the mat. Big step, hands to heart center. Hands then raise, come down either side of that right foot. Step it back, take your vinyasa. So from your plank pose here, knees, chest, chin, or keeping the right leg lifted for triangle. Lower down, elbows in, both tops of the feet to the mat. Draw the heart forward. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Soften the knees, look forward, step or float, feet to hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root down, rise up tall. Exhale, hands heart center. Same the left side. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale to the fold, hands into the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, left foot, right foot, or floating back. Make your way through your vinyasa. Press it back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Next, inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Step it lightly through to the hands. Root down as you rise up, high crescent lunge. Again, find your balance here. Take whatever expression with your arms works. Think about that right hip and heel moving forward so the hips stay nice and square, thighs energetically squeezing towards each other. Awareness to that left foot, spread the toes, root down, base of the big toe, base of the little toe and the heel. Hands to heart center, soften your shoulders. Lean the weight forward, see if you can float that right foot nice and slowly, right ankle over the left knee. So we're moving nice and slowly. So there's another key thing for your balance. If you rush into a balance, it's gonna be trickier. Grounding down through that left heel, keep the right foot flexed here when we're in this chair variation. Breathing steadily. Keep your focus, keep breathing. If you wobble out, don't worry, take your time, come back into it. Moving slowly, inhale here. As you exhale, begin to lift up, left hand to that right knee, right arm reaches back, nice and slow. Hold here, find your balance, stand tall. Think about rotating from your waist around your navel, right arm reaching back. Slowly come back to your chair variation, right ankle crossing over that left knee, foot is flexed. Keep focus, slowly come back, exhale, open out to the twist. Inhale, take a seat, move slowly, breathe slow and steady. Exhale, open out. Once more, releasing down, bend that left knee, and lifting up, take your twist. Then send that right leg to the back of the mat, hands heart center. With control, right foot comes down, hands frame the left foot. Step it back, optional triangle with that left leg lifted. Press it back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Have a little wiggle through your hips, pedal your feet out. They're working hard today. Take a breath there, then in stillness, in your down dog. And then look to your hands, step or take a little hop. Float the feet towards the hands, inhale, halfway lift, exhale to fold. Inhale, rising up, exhale, excuse me, hands heart center. If your feet feel like they need a little release, again here you can roll out with your ball or sit down, take a little massage. When we're standing on one leg, those feet are going to be working nice and hard, may feel like there's a little build-up of tension. Then when you're ready, coming back, hands together, feet together at the top of the mat, bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana, drawing the weight into the heels, lengthening that tailbone towards the heels, draw your navel in, finding your grounding here, maybe some lightness through the toes, and then keep your body exactly as it is, and lift up onto your toes. So we're not lifting the rest of the body up, just lifting the heels, squeezing the legs together, find your balance. Breathing steadily for another 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower the heels, lower the hands, folding forward. Let your head hang, take the feet hip distance apart, Padangusthasana. Take hold of your big toes with the 2 peace fingers, thumb onto the end. Inhale, lengthen through your torso. Exhale as you fold and hinge, draw the elbows out to the side. Think about lifting your sit bones towards the sky and working towards straight legs. But if you need to bend the legs, that's absolutely fine. Keep everything active and working here. Try to draw the weight into your toes a little bit. Leaning forward, folding over the legs. Drawing crown of the head down towards the mat. Draw your navel in. 2 more breaths. And then releasing, hands in front of you. From here, just walk the feet out, hip mat width apart, and gently come down into your Malasana Yogi squat. So an option here is to use your block. If Malasana doesn't feel helpful for you, use your support of a block, hands to heart center, elbows inside the knees. Otherwise, coming to find a nice little hip opener. Try to think about stacking your head over your heart and your heart over your hips. You can take a little sway into your hips if that's helpful. Otherwise, just finding stillness, maybe closing your eyes, reconnecting to your intention, your focus, your dedication. Breathing steadily. Option for crow pose here. So either stay with your Malasana squat if that feels good for you today. I'm not going to break down crow pose. So if you already have it in your pose, go ahead. Otherwise, briefly, just going to talk you through. Just be mindful. It is an arm balance, so try not to face plant. If you're worried you're going to face plant, pop a blanket in front of you, but please try not to face plant. Hands are shoulder width apart, Feet are just behind your wrists. You're going to lift up onto your tiptoes, bring the knees to the backs of your triceps as high up as you can. Look forward rather than straight down. Grip into your fingertips, shoulders come forward, and maybe just lifting one foot, maybe then the other. Just be mindful of your wrists. Otherwise, if you're lifting both feet, press your hands into the mat, squeeze the big toes together. Option to jump back, keep looking forward, and float the legs back. Then the elbows land in chaturanga. Wherever you are, your malasana squat or your crow, make your way at your own time back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths there. Option to stay in your down dog or drop down to child's pose, or release the elbows down to your dolphin pose, your choice. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep breath in, and then coming back to find your down dog. Exhale there. Next, inhale, float the right leg to the sky. As you exhale this time, bring the knee to the nose. Lift up onto that left tiptoes. Press the mat away, that rounded upper back like we had in our planks at the start. Keep pressing the mat away. Squeeze that right heel to your right glute. Then look between your hands. Lightly land that right foot. Root down, rise up to your high crescent lunge. Take a breath there, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Lean the weight into that right foot. See if you can float the left ankle nice and slowly over that right knee. Back to this same posture, familiar posture now. Breathing in, breathing out. From here, taking your full eagle pose if you wish. So wrapping that left leg, single or double wrap around the right leg. Try to point the knee straight forward. Draw your navel in, open the arms slowly. Inhale. Take the left arm under the right. Exhale. Lift the elbows in line with your shoulders. Ground down. Keep your focus. Breathe here. For another 3. Keep steady. Keep focused. 2. Keep breathing. 1. And then slowly unraveling. Inhale to lift up. We're taking that twist. I know the right leg's maybe getting a little bit tired. Bring that right hand onto your left knee. Take the left arm behind you. Lift your chest, stand tall. Either stay with your knee, or if you're feeling balanced, you want to try it, bring the hand to the outside of that left foot. It doesn't matter if that left leg doesn't straighten. Try to keep the right standing leg nice and straight. Lift your chest, stand tall, rotate, and breathe. Keep nice and focused, maybe turning that gaze towards the left thumb. One more deep breath in. And out. This time, float the left leg to the back of the mat. Big step, either coming to your skater pose, back of the mat, or if it feels helpful, coming down into your skandasana, into that left side, flex the right foot towards the top of the mat. Breathing here. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Use your hands, take a little wiggle side to side along that long side of the mat. Then walk the hands to the top of the mat. Right foot walks out to the right side of the mat. Hands come down, step the left foot forward, come back, find your malasana squat. All into the hips again, yes. Option here to take your crow pose. Just listen to what feels helpful. If you're in your malasana squat and you want to take a little twist, taking one hand down and reaching the other hand up, go ahead. Otherwise, come in to find your crow pose as we had before. And just release the wrists a little bit actually before and after you come into your crow pose. Feel free to give them a little circle out, shake the hands out. Be mindful if you have any wrist issues, please avoid crow pose. Otherwise, coming like we did before, knees behind your triceps, look forward, lean the weight forward, slowly, slowly, find your balance, come into your balance nice and slowly. Option to jump back, and we're meeting back in downward facing dog. Take a breath, regulate, steady that breath out. One more deep breath in, pressing into your hands, chest drawing towards your thighs, heels sinking down. Next, inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Look forward, knee to nose. Not quite looking forward yet. We're holding here, lift up onto your tiptoes.
press the mat away with your hands. Squeeze that left leg as close as you can into your nose, the heel lifting up towards your left glute. Now look forward between the hands, left foot lands, root down, rise up, high crescent lunge, left side. Take a breath. Then hands heart center, soften your shoulders, take your time, coming to your balance, right foot over the left knee. Hold here, find your balance, then taking your full eagle, your variation, single or double wrap, knees pointing forward. Open your arms, inhale, right arm under the left arm this time. Draw your navel in, lift the elbows. Keep your focus, keep breathing. Draw the weight into the left heel, grounding down. Breathing steadily. And then slowly unraveling arms and legs, coming to stand up, arms reach up. Take your left knee to the outside of that right knee. Sorry, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm reaching back, find your rotation. So we're looking for stability and rotation. It doesn't matter if you're taking hold of that foot and straightening the leg or not. Do what works for you. Lift your chest. Try to straighten the standing left leg. Right arm reaching back, maybe turning the gaze to that right thumb. Keep standing tall and rotate. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath and then slowly send that right foot to the back of the mat. Skater pose or Skandasana at the back of your mat. Just stay as you are, just facing, turning around to face. So back of the mat, right side Skandasana. Or skater pose, whatever works for you. Breathing here. If you're coming down to Skandasana, use your elbow inside that right knee. Try to lift the chest and flex the right foot. Another breath. And then soften that left knee, hands just coming down, wiggle side to side into your hips. Last time coming to the top of the mat for Malasana, I promise. So walk the hands up to the top of the mat. Left foot goes to the outside of your mat, right foot goes to the other side. Your choice here again. You can just hang out in your Malasana squat. If this doesn't feel good and you just want to release your hands down, give the hips a little wiggle, go ahead. Otherwise, maybe some twists, maybe working towards a half bind or a bind, maybe your crow pose. Whatever works for you here, just take your time. And you can guess where we're gonna meet, back in downward dog. So when you're ready, stepping, floating, however you want to get there, making your way through your vinyasa, your choice. We're meeting back, downward facing dog. Take a breath there. When you come to your down dog, I'm gonna flip around, so I'm not causing too much confusion, too much dizziness. Take another breath in, feel the strength in your down dog. One last little flow to go. On your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. And as you exhale, knee to nose. Moving with the breath this time, inhale, float the right leg back up to the sky, stretch it tall. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Right foot between the hands. Root down, rise up, high crescent lunge. This time, exhale, open out, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Long stance, right side, Virabhadrasana 2. Open through your chest, open through your hips. Grounding through your feet. Finding your grounding stability here. Draw your navel in, lengthen into your fingertips, and breathe. From here, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So bringing your block under your right hand. If you find that helps your stability, looking to find this space, this opening in the hips, stacking that left hip on top of the right. Left arm reaching up. If you're using your block, maybe then have a little play with finding lightness in that hand. If you're using the ground, maybe just bring the fingertips away from the ground. Don't worry if you wobble. Try to keep your balance. And if you do wobble, come back into it nice and slowly. From here, we're going to work with tucking in and expanding out. So think about your left elbow and knee just coming as if they're going to tap together in front of you. So tucking into a ball, and then inhale, opening out, back out to your half moon. Just twice more. Move slowly. You can soften that standing knee to help keep everything nice and awake and engaged and active. And last time, tapping down. Inhale, opening out, half moon. Take up space, stretch it out, and then both fingertips come down, square the hips to the ground, releasing into your standing splits. So point the left toes nice and high. I know that right leg's working super hard. Folding over that right leg. Lower the left foot down, back of the mat. Step that right foot back and up to the sky, three-legged dog. From there, option to bend the knee and open the hip. Either staying there, three-legged dog, or option to take your wild thing, shift the weight forward into the hands, right foot comes down, lift the heart and hips. Breathing there. Look back down, right hand down. Optional vinyasa. You can just step it back to your down dog. If you're taking your vinyasa, maybe a triangle with that right leg lifted, your choice. Press it back, downward facing dog. Just the left side to go, guys. Doing so well. Keep focused, stay with it. Next, inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Nice and slowly. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, tuck it in. Look down, left foot towards the hands. Inhale to rise, inhaling up, high crescent lunge. Exhaling, opening out, warrior two, holding here. Gonna flip around, but stay as you are. Left side, so left foot to the top of the mat. Long stance, bending into that left knee. Open through the arms, opening the chest, gazing over your left fingertips. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Soften your shoulders, lengthening your neck. Bend a little deeper into that left knee if you can. Check the knees over the ankle. One more breath here. And then releasing into your half moon. So again, use your brick under that left hand if that helps. Right hand onto your right hip to begin with. Looking to open and encourage the opening of that hip on top of the left. From here, then we're tucking in nice and slowly. Keep your balance, elbow and knee coming together on that right side. Inhale to open it out, open the hips, but keep your left big toe rooting down. So as I do as I say, not as I'm doing, wobbling around. Nice and slowly, tucking in and opening out, nice and slow. Last time, tucking in, left side maybe not so happy today with this balance, and opening out, hold there, find your space in your half moon, and then slowly fingertips coming down, folding over that left leg for standing splits. Point the right toes towards the sky, drop the crown of the head down, straight through the left leg if you can, and then slowly stepping it back. Hands come down, sweep that left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Stay there or take it to your wild thing. Left foot coming down. Lift the heart, lift the hips. Reaching through that left hand. Breathe there. Look down, left hand coming down. Roll over, find your way through your vinyasa. And press it back, downward facing dog. Have a last little wiggle in this last downward dog. And maybe just finding stillness. Closing the eyes and noticing how this feels different to perhaps your first downward dog. Press into the hands more. Lengthen the spine even more. Unclench your jaw and breathe. And then crossing your ankles as you take a little hop, coming forward, making your way to seated. From here, just shaking the legs out, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So you may want to use your strap. And you can always use a blanket just to pop your sit bones up on so that you're getting that anterior tilt of your pelvis. You may or may not find that helpful. Remember, you can also soften your knees. So before we just think about launching ourselves forward, think about lengthening up through the spine. Take the arms up, inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, hinging at the hips, think about keep lifting up, up, up. Heart drawing forward then towards your toes. If your toes feel within reach, take your grip with your two peace fingers and keep using that inhale to find length and exhale to fold forward. As I said, you can use your strap here as an extension of your arms, trying to keep the spine nice and long. Try to avoid rounding. Holding here, keep looking towards your big toes. If you don't have a strap and you don't reach your feet, just bring your hands either side of your legs. Keep using your breath. Keep reaching the heart forward, but not pushing or working against the body, just using your breath and working with your body. One more deep breath in. Long breath out. Slowly let yourself peel up. Remove a blanket if you've used one. Bring your hands just a little way behind your sit bones. Reverse tabletop Uttanasana. So bring your feet hip distance apart. Press your feet into the mat as you lift the hips. You can adjust your feet so you're looking for your knees to be stacked over your ankles and lifting your hips higher than you think so that you're getting your body parallel to the ground. Press into your hands, look along the front of the body, or if it feels okay for the neck, you can tip the head back. If this feels quite easy and you want to, you can straighten the legs, come to the full variation, pressing the soles of the feet down and then lifting the hips. Wherever you are, holding for 3. Keep lifting the hips, 2 and 1. Chin to chest, gently release down. Just give the legs a little shake out. Now take a wide leg seated forward fold. So again, you can use your blanket. Bring your legs nice and wide, toes and knees facing towards the sky. Use your hands either side of your hips and inhale, find that length first. Next inhale, then reaching the arms up, lengthen up out of your waist. As you exhale, hinging forward, forward, forward. Hands just releasing down in front of you. Again, try to keep your spine nice and long, so it doesn't matter how far forward you come. Maybe take a little sway side to side. And then just closing the eyes and be still. Keep the legs active, toes are flexed, pointing up towards the sky. And then slowly lifting yourself up. Bring your left sole of the foot into that right thumb. Right hand onto your left knee, taking a side bend here, reaching the left hand up, lengthen up out of your waist and exhale as you hinge over your left hand, reaching towards that right foot. Doesn't matter if you don't reach the foot, looking to keep the chest opening up towards the sky so we're not folding forward here, drawing that left shoulder back. Take a breath. This can feel quite strong through that left waist, your left QL, so don't push into it here. Just go gentle. And slowly, slowly coming out of this one, lift up. Bring that left hand down, sweep the right hand forward, lift the hips, slight back bend. Exhale to release. And then switching sides, right sole of the foot inside that left thigh. Same again, find your side bend. Remember, you can always use your props, use a cushion, support your knees, left hand onto that right knee. Inhale, lengthen up and side bend it over that left leg, right hand reaching towards the left foot. Keep trying to spiral the chest open towards the ceiling so we're not folding forward. Take another breath. And then slowly lifting it up. Right hand comes down, left arm sweeps in front, ground the foot, press the hips forward, and exhale to release. Make your way down onto your back for our finishing sequence. We're just going to take one round of back bend, an inversion, a safe inversion of your choice, and then a supine twist before Shavasana. So setting up for bridge, feet are hip distance apart and parallel. Use your thighs, lengthen your tailbone away, lifting up. And if you wish, clasping your hands underneath your shoulders. Try not to move the feet. And from your bridge, if you want to go a little bit deeper into your full Urdhva Dhanurasana, your upward bow or wheel pose, feel free to go ahead. Just release down, bring the hands either side of your head. So either staying in your bridge or lifting up, your choice. If you're lifting up, just being mindful of your back and to come down, chin to chest. Try to land on your shoulders rather than your head. Peel down from your upward bow or your bridge. Hug the knees into your chest as we're just taking one round. And from here, taking an inversion of your choice. You can simply extend the feet to the sky, legs up the wall. You can actually find a wall or a sofa and rest your legs on. If you're taking your full shoulder stand, I'll talk you through it, but please avoid turning your head to look at the screen. Just don't turn the head if you're coming to your shoulder stand. Look to your big toes and try to think about your feet stacking over your knees, over your hips, over your shoulders. You can self-adjust here by bending your knees towards your forehead and shuffling your elbows towards each other, hands walking up your back. Do not turn your head, look to your toes or close your eyes and breathe. The body is active, lengthening up, but the toes are relaxed. And then from your shoulder stand, if you want to take your feet over to plow pose, halasana, keep your hands supporting your back. And if the feet touch down, remember you can always use cushions to help them touch down. You can release the hands down onto the mat. If you have a headstand practice, a safe, steady headstand practice, go ahead if you want to take headstand for your inversion. And then to slowly come down from your plow pose at halasana, use your arms, use your core. Try to keep your head from lifting off the mat as you slowly come down. So just pause if you want to hang out a little bit longer in your headstand. If you've taken your shoulder stand or legs up the wall, or take a counter pose, fish Matsyasana. Bring your hands under your buttocks, elbows close towards each other, legs are straight. Lift your heart towards the sky, pressing into the elbows. Gently tip the head back, resting lightly on the crown of the head. Holding here, breathing, opening through the throat, through the chest. And then chin to chest, and gently release down. And you can hug the knees in here. Maybe take a supine twist, dropping the knees to one side, anchoring the opposite shoulder down. And just really take your time to let everything slow down a little bit here. So holding for at least a few breaths each side. Noticing in stillness your breathing, no effort for the breath now, just letting it settle down. Coming back through the center and just pausing in the center before you switch sides. Be mindful of that opposite shoulder trying to root down towards the ground. Again, you can use your props in your twist, shuffle around. So that it's a helpful twist where you're not holding yourself, you can just release and let go. Come back through the center and finishing with happy baby and nice spine lengthening. Symmetrical pose, hands onto your ankles or out the sides of the feet, drawing the knees down either side of your ribs. Drawing your shoulders back down towards the mat and lengthening the tailbone. Feel free to have a little play in your happy baby, rocking, rolling around, extending one foot away at a time, or just being still, whatever works for you. And when you're ready, coming to find your Shavasana, your final pose. As always, as I say, if you've come to my live classes, feel free to close your practice as you wish. So if this means maybe hanging out in a happy baby or taking another twist again, go ahead. If you're not quite finished with your inversions, also go ahead. Or if you're ready to rest in Shavasana, get ready for this final relaxation. So get cozy with a blanket popping on socks, a jumper, and if you have an eye pillow or something to close down the senses and cover the eyes, go ahead and pop that on now. So resting on your back in Shavasana. Allow your feet to flop out to the top corners of the mat and allow your hands to rest away from your body, palms facing up. I'm sitting up to speak, but you're laying down for final relaxation. And if you can, please just stay here for at least a couple of minutes. Take a really deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through the mouth. Feel your body just settle into heaviness supported by your mat on that exhale. Take that twice more. Take a really deep breath in. And open the mouth wide, release. Once more, deepest breath in, and just hold at the top of your inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Be still, close the eyes. Let your whole body become soft, heavy. Try to remain still, even just for a couple of minutes. And just notice that flow of energy, that flow of life force or prana that we say in yoga. Notice as this moves around your body after your physical asana practice. Our Shavasana is so important to let our cells absorb all that goodness and to let our nervous system just slow down to rest and repair literally on a cellular level. So don't worry if your mind instantly feels a little bit busy. Just take this opportunity for a little bit longer to try to let yourself be still. Focusing on your breathing as an anchor if that is helpful. Perhaps mindfully you're mentally saying to yourself, I am breathing in and I'm breathing out. And each time your mind wants to wander off, that's your opportunity to bring it back to noticing your breath. That is the practice of mindfulness or meditation, is never to empty the mind. That's completely unrealistic. This is our opportunity to practice again and again, coming back to the now. Just notice your breath. No effort to move it in and out, it's just happening, so just observe. Complete relaxation, complete softness, warmth and light flowing from your feet to the crown of your head. If you can, please stay a little bit longer in your Shavasana. Otherwise, if you need to continue with your day, just bringing some gentle movement into your fingertips and toes, circling wrists and ankles, reaching the arms overhead, stretching long fingertips to toes, and then hugging the knees into your chest. Make your way over onto your right side, keeping your eyes closed. And when you feel ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat as we started. When you find your comfortable seat, just take an inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears. And exhale, glide them down the back. Hands to heart center, humbling your head to your heart, thanking yourself for making this time to practice today. For finding some balance, even if it felt a bit wobbly, finding some balance using your breath
using that focus. Take a moment, reconnect with your intention or your dedication. And again, thank you for sharing your practice, thanking your body for all it's capable of. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, any comments, please let me know. You can get in contact with me directly, either through Instagram, Facebook, and I hope to practice with you again soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.